Hi, hope everyone's okay. Sorry it's been so long since I put a reading out. If you follow my social media, you will be aware that I have been extremely poorly for, well, ages now. I mean, you can hear me getting poorly in my last set of videos, and I just went downhill from there. Not COVID, but something else entirely. But I'm turning a corner now, yay. So I'm going to do a collective reading and just see what comes up with that. I'm hoping to get some done by Element, just because I'm trying not to push it too much. I'm still on ordered rest, so I shouldn't really be doing readings, but I do feel particularly called to. And during this time I've been poorly, I've received a massive amount of upgrades, and I've had like a ridiculous amount of downloads, so I do need to do some videos, like general guidance videos regarding a whole load of subjects. So I'm just trying to kind of ease myself back in at the moment, before I do that. So I figured a collective reading, just get one up, get one out, see where we're at, and yeah, just give you something since it's been a while since I put anything up. Thank you to my new subscribers, because while I've been on this hiatus, I seem to have gained quite a few, so I'm really grateful for that. Hence one of the reasons why I want to get some videos out, really, because, you know, it's just nice to see that some new subs are there. So I'm just going to go for it and see what comes out, really. Whatever messages need to come out will come out. And yeah, so without further ado, let's have some cards. We can see what this message is about. So, death and rebirth. Wow. Okay. The Ace of Pentacles, the Three of Swords. Make sure these are showing. Yeah, they are. Have another two, please. Eight of Wands. And one more, please. We'll see what Spirit's trying to show us. Yeah, Page of Swords wants to come out. Right. So what I'm seeing here, the Death card is pretty obvious, really, isn't it? We're going through a bit of a transition as a collective at the moment. As this is a collective reading, it's no surprise that it's made an appearance. The Ace of Pentacles is the new opportunities that we stand to gain from this if we know what to do, where to focus. Yeah, so I'll dig further into these as well. The Three of Swords. This card, to me, in this deck, it just screams Dark Night of the Soul. I mean, it looks so painful. I mean, the Three of Swords isn't the nicest looking card anyway, but in this deck, it does look like pure agony. So there are some of you out there who are really suffering at the moment, and this reading is clearly going to be about showing you ways to... showing you that this is for a reason. It's all happening for a reason, and to help you try and soothe some of this pain. Eight of Wands. I love the colours in this one, in this deck. This is swift change. So it looks to me as if this is trying to say we may be in this painful period at the moment, but when the change comes, it'll come quickly. This Page of Swords, it's like new ideas. Let's move this a bit so I can bring these all in so you can see them all. The Page of Swords, to me, it's new ideas, new... It's a mental energy. So look at the light bulbs. This is you harnessing these ideas and these thoughts. This is very much an awakening energy in this here read. So this is going to be for those of you who are either newly awakening or are going through another stage of awakening. I feel like this Page of Swords is kind of telling you need to be getting on some like research and stuff, but we'll see. Right, tell me some more about death, please, Spirit. Six of Cups. Well, the Six of Cups tends to be, for me, it's about past life. Like, it could be past life soulmates, but it could be nostalgia and looking back and like childhood friends, childhood sweethearts, that kind of thing. And I feel like this is kind of saying like a need to let go of the old ways. I'll take another card and we'll see what it's saying. Yeah, the world. You take the death, rebirth, and the world. This is leaving behind things as we know it. This is pretty deep already. This is saying that these ways is, you know, this, we're stepping into a new world. It's the death and rebirth of the world that we know, and the things that we knew. You see how the figure in the background is walking away and leaving this sort of younger generation, these children in the front. This could also be indicating too, actually, on that note, that it's funny, this is a message that's been coming up a lot for me actually, but it's kind of pressing today. It's been come up a couple of times now I think about it. That the children very much are the future of the world at the moment, and we've got a lot to learn from them. We've got a lot to teach them and reteach them. And I think I'm going to have to get this video out sooner rather than later with the messages that I've had, to be honest. This rebirth, this new world, the way we're going to be going about things, it's going to be dependent very, very much on a different way of communicating with children. This death and rebirth can be, for some of you as well, healing some inner child wounds, like a death to yourself and a rebirth as a new person. Healing that inner child and seeing the world through the eyes of a child. Seeing it as a new. I was not expecting it to be this deep. Right, Ace of Pentacles. So, new opportunities. The Empress. So, opportunities to step into our power. Opportunities for abundance, if you know where to look. I'm going to get some more on this, please. Justice. Yeah, it's rebalancing the scales. I mean, look at this Major Arcana coming out. There's a rebalancing. There's like karmic scales, karmic debt being repaid. I'm getting a vibe with this as well about like right use of power. The Fool. So leaps of faith. Trusting the process. Trusting that in this Ace of Pentacles, new opportunities. Trust that the universe is righting things. It's righting the scales. The power balance in the world is being shifted. Take these first cards into consideration too. We're going through a death and rebirth process, and the balance of power in the world has been very wrong. And it's been just the balance of everything in the world, the way we've had to go about things to get our abundance. This is very much about changing things and trusting the process. So, the Three of Swords. What do we know about the Three of Swords? Right, Two of Wands. So, the Two of Wands is about looking towards the future. You can see he's got the world in his hands, look. And about making a solid plan. With this Page of Swords energy over here, this does say to me that there's a need to assess, to look at the things that you're holding on to that are causing you so much grief and heartbreak. You need to start, you see he's got the world in his hands there, we've got the world card here. You need to start thinking about the world as you would picture it, your ideal world, what the ideal world would look like. So you can start thinking about how you'd go about creating that. As certain things fall away, there's losses. There are losses here. There can be loss of family members for some people during this time, but there's also loss of jobs, loss of way of life. And this card really asks you to look at how you would go about changing your world and making a plan towards doing that. Let's get some more. The sun's inner child again, so this could definitely be some inner child healing. This is asking you to look towards the future and let go of everything in your past that's weighing you down. Anything that's causing you this tremendous grief or heartbreak or upset. It's like coming to terms with things that are gone. It's very much an energy of coming to terms with losses. So this is kind of asking you now to realise when certain things are gone and to start looking towards a better, brighter future. Yeah, look, the lovers is about, it can be about relationships. So for some of you, this will be talking about literal letting go of painful relationships. For some of you, the loss that you've experienced during this time could well be the loss of the loss of a partner, like the breakdown of a relationship. So where that fits, that, for those of you that resonate with that is kind of the message for you. In that sense, the lovers can be saying that there is a potential partner on the horizon, but moreover, what I'm getting with this, because this isn't necessarily a love reading, this is a general sort of collective energy reading. So the lovers is a realignment of values. It's like looking at your morals and like, are your heart and mind in alignment? He's asking you to really assess the things that you've been gripping onto, and is that in alignment with you? Is that in alignment with what's best for your future? Is that in alignment with what's best for the world at large? Is it time to let go of certain things that you're gripping onto really, really hard and realising that certain things are gone now? This death and rebirth, and then the Three of Swords, which is like death and rebirth. It's like the loss and the heartbreak, but realising that there is opportunity in this. So the lovers in this context is very, very much about a realignment of values. Like, for those of you that are going through some kind of spiritual awakening or spiritual levelling up, this will make perfect sense, because the world that you thought you knew, well, the world isn't the world that you thought you knew. And you've really got to let go of some of the ideas that the values that you thought stood up, especially where like things like money and stuff like that are concerned, and work and things like that. It's like realigning yourself with something that's much more meaningful. Let's take a look at this Eight of Wands. Yeah, the Hierophant. I had a feeling the Hierophant was going to come out when I just said about realignment of values. The Hierophant is very much sort of institution. He's a teacher, but he's very much sort of institution. We've got Knight of Pentacles, might be Virgo. We've got a lot of earth energy coming out on this. The Hierophant is like, he likes structure. And what's the word I'm looking for? I'm really struggling to articulate this. The Hierophant's very much about structure and rules, and it can be like religious beliefs and things like that, but there's kind of falling down at present. That these things are changing fast. And the Knight of Pentacles, again, he's about making plans, and the Two of Pentacles is about rebalancing. So there's definitely change regarding finances here. This is asking you to look at some kind of new long-term plan going forward financially. These changes that are occurring for a lot of you, you may, like I said, like loss of jobs and things like that. So this is really kind of calling you to let go of what was and what isn't serving anymore, and what won't be coming back, and start looking towards new ways. Let's have a look. This Page of Swords perfectly bounds off to going towards the Page of Swords. So the Five of Pentacles, you have to move these down a bit so you can see these. This Page of Swords and Five of Pentacles. Five of Pentacles is like feeling out in the cold, struggling. Some of you are struggling financially. But then the Page of Cups is new opportunities. Mostly creative endeavours, but definitely relationship-wise. You've got two pages here, like mental and emotional. Those of you that have been feeling out in the cold, or like you are struggling and you don't know where to turn, this is saying that you need to take a new direction, because the direction that you've been struggling in isn't... This whole reading overall seems to me to be more geared towards sort of career and work direction. Yeah, look, the Hermit is very much about going inwards and looking at what's inside. This is mostly geared towards people who are struggling with work and new ways of understanding the world, and realising that certain ways are gone. And it's asking you to learn something new, commit to some kind of study. That might be spiritual study, if this is a spiritual awakening. It could be looking at new ways to exist in the world once all this is over, because there's kind of, for those that are resonating here, this is kind of confirming to you that there is no going back. What you knew is gone. And there's a need for a realignment of values and a realignment of what you believed in, and a need to look towards the future, but doing it with new eyes, doing it the ways that you would do things before aren't going to work anymore. The things that you thought you believed aren't going to stand up anymore. The Page of Swords, I just keep getting spiritual study with this. It's time to, for some of you, for those who are newly awakened, you really need to start researching, learning about what's happening around us, so that you can start to think forward of new ways that you're going to exist in the world once all this is over. I'm going to take a few messages from this last deck and we'll see what comes out. Any more messages to go with this reading? Page of Swords again. This is like, for me, this is just online research. It's reiterating what I've just said. This is learning, looking at everything in the world from a fresh new perspective. Letting go of everything that you thought you knew. However hard that's been, the old ways aren't working anymore. The old ways can't survive. Look, the Tower, the tower's going to come crashing down. The more you resist change, the more you try to hold on to that old world, the harder that tower's got to fall down to make him work towards this new one. Clarify the Page of Swords for me, please. Right, so we've got Six of Pentacles and the Two of Cups. Six of Pentacles is scales balancing. So if you were somebody who was a bit of a taker, you know, sort of tried to freeload, trying not to sound judgy here, but if you're somebody who's like, you know, jumped on everything for free but never gave anything back, those karmic scales are coming right back at you. This card asks you, look, you've got somebody giving and you've got these people here, and this is saying that however you were, however you've been up till now, lessons will come in to show you the other side of the coin. If you've been somebody that up to this point has, you know, tried to sort of take, there's been no equal reciprocity or energy exchange, those scales are going to balance. You see how we've got equal give and take here. If you're somebody that has struggled, be rest assured that this is an indication that the scales are going to start tipping in your favour. This equal reciprocity is coming in. Tell me more about this tower, please. The moon. Anxiety. Drawn to the fact that we've got 2 towers there as well. Yeah, right. So 3 of Pentacles, and again the sun. So we've got the moon, the sun. There's that saying, 3 things that cannot long remain hidden. The moon, the sun, the moon, and the truth. And this is the longer you try to hide from the truth of the matter, the harder that tower is going to fall. We've got the sun and the moon, and the truth will come out with them. The 3 of Pentacles is, I call it the student and teacher card. It's very much kind of the helping each other. It's an energy of helping. You've got the masters here teaching the student, but the student's also got fresh eyes and he's got something to give to the project. It's about learning new ways of cooperating and working together in groups or in partnerships. If you're somebody who, you're going to have to learn ways to work fairly with people. There's a lot of energy in this about karma, like rebalancing. Anybody who's been struggling, you know that it's been seen. The karmic scales are balancing out very much. Oh, okay, so just looked at the bottom of my deck and we've got another 3 of Pentacles. Wow, I have got no idea what that means, but this deck has got 2 3 of Pentacles in. And I've just spotted it. That is bizarre. I'm going to pop that one aside. How strange that was at the bottom of the deck. Right, I don't know what that means, but I'm going to look into that later. Let's have some clarifiers on this world card. King of Swords, yeah, that's the truth, clarity, and again, the Knight of Pentacles. The King of Swords is about cutting out anything that isn't serving you, any lies, any manipulation, any untruths, cutting through any rubbish. With the butterfly symbolism as well, we've got this sort of transformation. It's also integrity, standing in the truth and speaking the truth. The Knight of Pentacles can be somebody coming forward with an offer of some description as well. So for those of you that have been struggling, look out for that. Somebody could be coming forward to help. But this is truths revealed. Scales balanced. Very deep energy here. Right, one last card to round off, please. Yeah, 7 of Swords. Be aware. Any shady behaviour, shady energy. Karma is watching. Spirit is watching. No karmic debt goes unpaid. I saw a brilliant meme where this card was they changed the swords to toilet rolls. That tells you everything that you need to know about the kind of energy that's being watched at the moment. Spirit sees everything. So, yeah, on that rather heavy note, I'm going to get this reading uploaded to YT. I mean, I know this is pretty heavy energy, but I hope it helps whoever needed to see. And should you want to reach out, my information will be in the drop-down box for personal readings and my Etsy shop and my social media. So, yeah, hopefully I'll be back in a couple of days with some readings by element. And I'll gradually start getting caught back up and getting more videos out. But for now, I hope that's helpful. Thanks, guys.